I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic book show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we are taking a closer look at Teen Titans issue number 15. Will Superboy John Kent doom the very city he has sworn to protect? Well, let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? Okay then, so picking up from where Super Sons left off, Titan Tower got itself all exploded by an enraged Superboy. Geez, here's hoping the team's insurance policy covers act of Kryptonian, am I right? It's a wonder that no one is dead considering how close they all were to the explosion. Where is John? Well, Damian managed to spirit him away into a nearby submarine. Robin also uses his big brain to riddle out that Superboy must have tapped into that new solar flare ability that was giving his dad Superman all that trouble, but because of his dual human heritage, it's even more unstable and even more destructive. This is why Damian is trying to get his friend as far away from civilization and the evil Tim Drake as possible before he can accidentally set him off again, and with both Superman and Batman unreachable right now, it looks like the boys are totally on their own. Now, what exactly happened to evil Tim Drake? Well, he was caught in the solar flare too, and because of that, his costume is ruined, and he continues to phase in and out of existence like a trigger-happy Marty McFly. It's for all these reasons and more, Tim opts to build himself a brand new costume in a hangar with a box of Titan scraps. He also gives himself a brand new moniker, Savior, which works just fine for me because I was getting sick of calling him Evil Tim or Batman of Tomorrow. And hey, speaking of tomorrow, and I absolutely was, it would seem that Savior's Titans counterparts in the future are actively trying to get him back, believing him to have truly gone off the deep end with his past obsession. Seriously, this dude's interest in modern times is as sick and inexplicable as the fame of Logan Paul. Ah, that's nice and topical, and now that the video has been thoroughly dated, we can move on. Savior ends up confronting the other Teen Titans, and it doesn't go the way you might think. Raven and Beast Boy don't think he's totally evil and that they might be able to get him back on the good side. This is no doubt born out of their own unresolved issues with main timeline Tim Drake and the fact that they just saw Superboy total an entire building when pushed by a stranger, and Rao only knows what would happen if it was personal with him, but all the same, they end up coming off pretty naive here. Starfire, who's still acting as de facto leader of the team, says that no matter how good Savior's intentions might be, if murder's on the table, she's gonna fight him tooth and nail. Corey, as it turns out, might not even be Savior's biggest problem. You see, his teammates attempt to draw him back into the future, but they only end up transporting his arm, and they do so off his body. It's really brutal, actually. I mean, it's disgusting and not good to look at, like a Vice News Network list of the best comic books of 2017. Now here's the crazy thing, as the comic winds down, Starfire, Kid Flash, and Aqualad realize that Raven had tricked their mind into believing that they were repairing the tower when, in fact, her, Beast Boy, and Savior just kinda left them behind. Wow, what a super dick move, super goth girl, as the comic ends. So that was Teen Titans, everybody, and while I'm still very much invested in this crossover storyline, this newest issue does ask you to accept some pretty big leaps in logic, like Damian abandoning the rest of his team that he says has become like a surrogate family to him, all in order to save John. Also, that two of the Titans would be so willing to betray the others in the name of the greater good presented by a man who just an issue ago had taken them all hostage. Obviously, these things could still be explained away, but right now they are a bit hard to swallow. Beyond that, the whole thing looks nice. There's plenty of good mystery going on now with the future Titans and where they stand on what Tim is doing, and whether or not they'll be willing to cross the time stream to stop Tim from doing what he's doing. Overall, I would end up giving this one a 7.5 out of 10. So that was Titans, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, be sure to take a look at some of these other videos. And you can follow me on Twitter at Cape Joel, so you always know what new videos I got coming out next. And hey, as always, if you like what I do and are in a supportive mood, please check out my Patreon page. Patrons get exclusive access to videos and podcasts before anyone else, and they can do so for as little as $1 a month. So until next time, everyone, this has been Cape Joel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again later. Bye-bye.